Adult learning, brain learning theories in the five-stage process. So what should you know about adults? Well, we have more experiences than children and more schemas or ways to interpret information. By now, many of us know how we like to learn and what we like in general. On the flip side, we're usually more set in our ways, so it takes more effort to learn, relearn, correct, and reform. Also, our brain functions are starting to decline, so we have to take more work to keep our brains active and sharp. Finally, we are living in the age of technology and knowledge. Today, learning and education are power and currency, so it's important to always be learning or you can become irrelevant or unemployed. Research is growing and changing so rapidly that what you learned one year could be out by the next. So what are some examples of adult relearning that has taken place in the last few years? Well, once we used to think it was accurate to have infants sleep on their stomachs to prevent choking, but now new research has shown backs are best. Spanking was once thought to be the best discipline, but it has since been replaced through brain research with conscious discipline. And technology has forced many adult learners to do away with paper files and records to trade them in for electronic systems. Speaking of relearning new ways, how do adults learn best? Well, there are a number of theories that have been developed over the years by several amazing theorists about adult learning. Instead of going over each learning theory for the purpose of this video, I will highlight several of the best aspects of the theories as a whole. The following are some of the most common or best used practices from these theories. Objectives and goals and outlines of what is to come and how. Sound a little bit familiar? How about like a course syllabus? A KWL chart. These are super helpful for an instructor of any kind to figure out what their students already know so that they don't waste time, what they want to know, and later to see that learning took place. Active instead of passive learning. Learning is starting to shift from just lectures to having students take part in discussions, activities, and more. Self-directed learning. This is becoming more common with online courses and the ever-increasing need for knowledge and certification in today's world. Students are taking learning into their own hands. Theories also state that learning should be useful and directly applicable to students or they zone out. Additionally, learners should be increasingly asked to reflect upon their experiences so they can learn from them. What do they do well? What can they improve upon in the future? Finally, consider the learner's learning style, whether it's through multiple intelligences or the Kolb learning style inventory or more. It's important to find out what type of learner you are and who you're catering to make sure everybody is benefiting from a variety of engaging activities. Finally, I want to discuss Taylor and Hamdy's 5 stages of the learning process. First, the person goes through dissonance, in which they hear or see something that challenges their current knowledge. So then in refinement, they go and do research or learn more to help them with their understanding. Then organization, they combine their old learning with new and restructure their thinking. Next, they discuss their new understanding with others and get some feedback. Finally, they reflect upon their learning and their experience and develop a new mindset. Well, that's adult learning in a very tight nutshell. If you want to learn more about adult learning, check out these resources.